Hi there, welcome to my views and news, three news stories. First, Ethiopia, which has been looking to get loans from the IMF and World Bank, is ready to give loan to a neighboring country. What happened? How will Ethiopia manage? What does Ethiopia have in giving loan to a neighboring country? Secondly, Afar Somali clashes. Somali forces entered a key town which has been a source of a conflict, center of conflict rather, for almost a decade. Thirdly, Al-Shabab has formed a new brigade for operations, activities, attacks in neighboring countries. What is the name of this brigade? Are Ethiopians members of this new brigade too? First, a story about Ethiopia agreeing to give a loan to a neighboring. Know that Ethiopian economy is under stress because of lack of shortage of rather foreign exchange reserves. Birr stable in official market, but in black market, its value has declined considerably. Ethiopia not willing to devalue birr. If it devalues birr, it will lead to inflation rise, especially food inflation rise. IMF World Bank, before issuing a loan, granting a loan to Ethiopia, want Ethiopia to make adjustments to its exchange rates, which Ethiopia is not ready to do. It wants to devalue birr only by 5 to 10%, but IMF World Bank want more devaluation. So Ethiopia is still in talks with IMF and World Bank. It wants hard cash of a few billion US dollars. While Ethiopia is in talks with IMF and World Bank to get a bailout package of a few billion US dollars, it is ready to give a loan to a neighboring country. Which neighboring country? South Sudan. Around 700 million US dollar loan Ethiopia could provide to South Sudan. This offer by Ethiopia to South Sudan is not new. A year ago, it was reported that Ethiopia would provide loan to South Sudan, but it could not be finalized. Reportedly, now Salva Kiir, South Sudan president, could sign this agreement under which Ethiopia will provide loan to South Sudan. Why? Question is why? What will Ethiopia get in return? Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Kenya, they are part of a project which was conceived decades ago to connect landlocked South Sudan and Ethiopia with the sea through Kenya. LEPSET, Lamo Port, South Sudan, Ethiopia project is the name of this project. This project involves building of port in Kenya, construction of airports, then building of roads and railway infrastructure to connect landlocked Ethiopia and South Sudan with the ports in Kenya. It's a huge project, mega project. Kenya doing its work, building ports, building roads, airports on its territory. Ethiopia building Moyale to Addis Ababa road. South Sudan is not in a position to build roads or pipeline or airport because of the financial crunch there. South Sudan's economy is struggling for years. The country, after its split with Sudan, could never manage to stand on its feet economically. South Sudan, we know that uses Sudan's ports to export oil. Due to war in Sudan, this supply is being disrupted. Ethiopia, we know, wants to use Kenyan ports. It started using Lamo port a few weeks ago. Ethiopia and Kenya want South Sudan to use Kenyan port to export its oil or for other cargo handling. For that, obviously, South Sudan must construct a road connecting its territories with Ethiopia, with Kenya. Then a pipeline also needs to be built all the way from South Sudan to Kenyan coastal areas. Ethiopia is giving this loan to South Sudan so that South Sudan can build its infrastructure and connect with Ethiopia onwards to uh, Kenya. What will Ethiopia get in return? Ethiopia will get uh, fees. Ethiopia will charge South Sudan for using its territory because the roads, the pipelines will pass through Ethiopian territories. Transit fee Ethiopia will earn. That is why Ethiopia is ready to give this loan to South Sudan. The loan will be given, obviously, in parts. Not it's not that 700 million will be given in one go. No, it will be given in parts. So Ethiopia can manage. Let's see if South Sudan agrees to build the infrastructure and connects with Kenya through Ethiopia. Ethiopia could earn a lot through transit fees. Secondly, viewers, Afar Somali clash is ongoing. I have been saying federal government nowhere to be seen, waiting for the victor to emerge. And once the stronger party emerges, then ENDF will be there. That is what has been happening in this area. Somali forces have managed to enter Garbaisse, Udato, Undofo are three disputed towns between two regional states, Somalis and Afars. Somalis tried to enter Undofo too. They were close to Undofo. They were not allowed to enter Undofo. ENDF took control of Undofo. They were very close to Undofo. They captured the Bamara mountains close to Undofo. But I think ENDF intervened and Somalis could not take control of Undofo. They have captured some places near Danlahile too, but importantly, they have entered Garbaisse. Fighting ongoing between Somalis and Afars in Garbaisse. Heavy clashes ongoing reportedly. Number of casualties unknown, but both sides definitely suffering losses. Let's see how this conflict ends. Ethiopian National Defense Force around a year ago tried to mediate. Then Ethiopian Islamic Affairs Supreme Council mediated to a committee was formed. Nothing worked. Maybe a new. By the way, federal government can implement if can find the solutions to very thorny issues like Tigray, Amhara claims over Raya, Salamti. Why can't it handle Somali Afar conflict too? I think interest is not there, intention is not there. But government can handle the crisis if it decides to involve itself fully. Lastly, viewers, Al-Shabab has formed a new brigade for attacks in neighboring countries. Its name is East Africa Fighters Brigade. It is led by a Kenyan fighter. It is being reported by some sources. This new brigade has members from neighboring countries, Ethiopians, Kenyans, nationals of Tanzania, Burundi, Congo, Uganda have been recruited to be members of East Africa Fighting Brigade. This brigade has been tasked with operations in neighboring countries. That is why neighboring countries say that Al-Shabab must not be allowed to be in a position to take over Mogadishu. And if all African Union troops leave Somalia at once and immediately, maybe Al-Shabaab could be in a position to take over Al-Shabaab or could be in a position to carry out large-scale attacks in neighboring countries. That is why almost all neighboring countries and countries in East Africa, they oppose the complete withdrawal of African Union troops from Somalia. They want gradual withdrawal until the Somalia's military is in a position to take over the security affairs of the country. Thank you for watching.